Welcome to English Total Grammar Lessons. Chapter 13, Second Conditional. In today's lesson, we're going to continue to learn about conditionals. If you haven't studied conditionals in English before, we suggest you start with the first conditional, which is Chapter 12 of this series. All right, without further ado, let's begin. The second conditional is a structure that you can use to talk about hypothetical or unrealistic situations and their result. For instance,
if I won the lottery, I wouldn't have to work all the time. And if I didn't have to work, I would become an artist.
Okay, so let's have a closer look at the structure for the second conditional. Like the first conditional, the second conditional is also divided into two sentences. The first sentence starts with the word if, followed by the subject and the verb in past. And it describes the condition. The second sentence is formed by the subject, followed by would or wouldn't, and the verb in infinitive form. And it describes the result of the condition described in the first sentence. Here are some examples.
If we went by bus, it would be cheaper.
Now, just like with the first conditional, you can change the order of the sentences with no change in meaning.
It would be cheaper if we went by bus.
Here's another one.
If we didn't travel by car, we wouldn't see the city. We wouldn't see the city if we didn't travel by car.
Easy, right? Okay, let's move on to question formation. The easiest way to form questions using the second conditional is by using the following structure. Start the question with would or wouldn't, followed by the subject, and then the verb in infinitive form in the first sentence. Then the second sentence would go like this: if, followed by the subject, and then the verb in the past. Here's one example.
Would you like to travel to India if we had 6 months off work?
Note that you can also change the order of the sentences and questions with no change in meaning. Like this, for example.
If we had 6 months off work, would you like to travel to India?
Finally, let's take a moment to look at the use of could in the second conditional. You should know that could can be used in two ways. You can use it as the past form of can. For instance,
When I was a child, I could play games all day.
clearly, this case does not apply to the second conditional. However, you can also use could as the conditional form of can.
If we had more money, we could travel around the world.
The form would can does not exist in English, so don't use it. Pay attention to the context when you use could. Okay, let's recap. In this lesson, you have learned to form the second conditional. You have learned that you can use this conditional to talk about hypothetical situations, which are not real. You have also learned to form questions using the second conditional. Okay, so now you have one more tool to use in conversation. We hope you've enjoyed this lesson. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for future lessons. Try the free test posted in the comments section down below and post your score in the comments. See you next time. This is the end of Chapter 13.